Okay, in the speech, A Nation of Equals, given by Ward Connerly, because I said we were going to come back to this, okay? I'm going to quote a synopsis from that speech. Now, this is not just about eliminating preferences, however. It's about dealing with the issue of race, still the unfinished business, social and legal, of America. It's about race, it's about diversity, as we call it. Students on campus, and I've been to like 25 in the last 3 months. We have the diversity on campus, but we don't have integration. Black students at Emory University are just as isolated as if they weren't at Emory University. See, here's why I read this. I can remember when I first stepped on campus of the University of Washington back in 2010, and it was my junior year, the 2010 2011 semesters. It was my junior year. And when you see the people at the fall, during the fall, when they're trying to get new pledgees and things, you see the four different races. I'll never forget, there were the black Greek organizations, the white Greeks, the Hispanic Greeks, and the Asian Greeks. And they'll be all sprawled out by Suzalu Library. And I never would forget this, out in what I call the Red Square on campus. And that's probably what it was still called. It's been so many years ago. I ain't been back to the UW since 2012. I need to get back out there, do some film and show the campus, because that's my alma mater. See, the reason I bring this up, because I can remember when people got on to the University of Alabama, when they said that the white Greek sororities try to shut out people of color. And then people were given their accounts, which I thought was quite sad. The last sentence of this, when he says black students at Emory University are just as isolated as if they weren't at Emory University, I find it disheartening. Here is where I may take a turn with Ward Connerly, though I'm finding myself as a black conservative to be very humbled by who he is so far, and admiring his honesty. Our preference is always a bad thing. I'm going to say something controversial that I know is going to tick people off. Living in an integrated world is something that I chose to do. And I see nothing wrong with mingling with different races of people, learning and understanding different cultures, and getting and gaining an understanding of what that means. However, I am a proponent that if people want to stick with their own race and stick with it in their own groups, they're allowed to do so. And see, when he said black students at Emory University are just as isolated as if they weren't at Emory University, I'd need a little more context to that. This being 1998, how many of those black students chose that group isolation for their own reasons, and how many actually wanted to integrate? See, I don't think integration was ever meant to be something to force things on people. Well, it shouldn't have been, but it was. I mean, that great experiment worked for some people like myself, because I just want to know different races of people. By no means do I no longer believe America's a melting pot. We're just an amalgamation of a lot of races of people with a lot of different ethnic problems, a lot of racial problems. But I would need a little more context. I don't care if you're white, Asian, Native American, Hispanic, Latino, Latina. I don't care what you identify as. From a preferences standpoint, I think people should have the right, if they want to only stick with their own kind. That's also in marriage as well. Because the thing with preferences is that can go a million ways. Like now we have people get online, I'm this race, but I don't prefer to date people of my race. Now I think that's a little bit strange. for you to, because I'm particularly seeing this with black and Asian women getting online making comments about it. And don't get me wrong, there are men of other races who get on and also say, like black men, I don't want to deal with black women. There's a lot of that. But this is the United States of America, and they all have a right to say it. Because to be real, you're in a country full of people of different races. Even if you never interact with them, you're going to see them. Because this is the United States of America. Before that sentence, black students at Emory University are just as isolated as if they weren't at Emory University. What is that isolation? Is it self-imposed because those black students want to stick with themselves, or was it actually several things that caused that isolation? Because though I love this speech, A Nation of Equals, I also believe that you'll never fully eliminate preferences, nor should you want to. You can't put a limit on the human heart. People are gonna do what they do. Get down in the comments, let me know what you think. Please listen to Ward Connerly's whole entire speech that I said first a couple of weeks ago, then comment. All right, thanks. Bye.